What up, though? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Professor Kurt Steele. On today's show, we prepare you for Sunday's game between the Browns and Lions as we preview their matchup Sunday afternoon at Ford Field. But please do us a quick favor. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself, man. If you haven't done so already, man, please subscribe to the channel, man. Shout out to our channel members. And I am happy to report, man, we have grown expeditiously over the last few days, man. We got T-Bone, Locke, Schomburg, Lauren Vander, and shout out to him, man, because he gifted some guys some memberships as well. Britt DeWitt, Miss Mary Smith, John Martin, Kukayam, Kenneth Sabo, the doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. Jay Cruz in 71, James Willis, Leonard Hoff, the Trim Reaper is in the building, and Mile Marker. Man, thank you all for being members of our channel. Comes with some great benefits, man. Get yourself some special emojis during the live chats and premieres. And of course, man, you get 15% off your order if you buy something over at the Boss Up Ball Out merch shop, man. Shout out to our channel members, man. It's another way to help us grow the content on this channel. And of course, man, we just love y'all being part of our family, man. So, yeah. LL, Coach Mike, man, say welcome to the new channel members, baby.
Welcome, man. What's up, man? We're so glad to have y'all, man. And we're going to try and increase this content, give y'all what y'all been looking for.
The cat's so excited, he just tried to climb my leg to tell y'all hi. Good morning, new members. Wazam.
Man, and of course, I always say that, and it's not a secret, I always say LL is a hater. If you really want to find out how much of a hater he is, go check out the last members only content video. Lord Jesus, it's a hate fest. It wasn't supposed to be a love fest. But
hopefully I don't let y'all down if anybody thought I wasn't a hater. I'm so sorry.
But man, again, thank you guys for doing that for us, man. We appreciate you right here on our channel. We do this content for you guys. But hey man, let's time to bring in my co-host for today's show, man. First up is that lady's pet, that man's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Big Huggy, the chocolate teddy bear from Yaktown, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my dude?
Good Saturday morning, y'all. Wazam.
Man, and it's the hardest working man down there in Jackson, Michigan. I think he's gonna be cooking ramen now. He be coaching boxing, man. Doing football with the kids, man. He do a whole bunch of stuff down there, man. Writing rhymes, man. It's the Wolf and Lion who?
When the money call, I comes a running. Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, if you're new to our channel and you don't know how our show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say that our balls up with that big blade dance. If we disagree, we say it is balled on, and we give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here. Just our true thoughts and opinions and natural debate about what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. But we really don't do that for this show. For our game prediction shows and game preview, we kind of just give you the information. And at the end, we're going to tell you who's going to win and why. So let's look at what we're going to talk about on today's show. So here's our topics for today. Look at injury reports, betting information, and keys to victory with a score prediction at the end. But before we get to that, man, fellas, how y'all feeling about this game?
Man, I feel good, but I also think it's a trap game. I feel like we still got to be on point, just like we was in Baltimore last week. We got to build, because if we go to sleep at the wheel, they known to do some funny stuff. So yeah, can't be sleep at the wheel.
Mm-hmm. All right, what you got, LL?
Yeah, good way to put that. But no, I like we gonna talk about it, I suppose, but I like the little beef. Maybe I don't like it in the grand scheme of things, but we even got that. That's gonna be a heavy emphasis on. Mm-hmm. Strength on strength, our offensive line versus their defensive line. At least we got a big matchup to see. Like how often do you get that, where it's that kind of a thing, like offensive line versus defensive line. It's not It's not too often that's the big hyped up matchup. I like it. So, let's go.
Yeah, you're gonna have the you got the highest ranking, the highest rated by PFF offensive tackle right now is Penei Sewell versus the highest rated defensive end in Myles Garrett. Man, that's gonna be a matchup to see.
That's a good matchup. Like how many times, that ain't really the glamour matchup that they want to put out. There's usually like a quarterback versus quarterback or wide receiver versus cornerback or something. But oh no.
Yeah, he plays. He usually plays that left defensive end position is Myles Garrett, and that's over the right tackle, which is Penei Sewell.
I just don't think that they gonna do that. Like Jim Schwartz,
gonna flip him over there to Decker.
Yeah, and we're gonna have Brock Wright over there. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe somebody come up the backfield and chipping him on the way to their little out in the flats or something like that. Because I just don't see them manning up and like, all right, we want you on you. Like, I think they're going to look at the advantages and be like, you know what? The advantage is to put him over Taylor Decker. You know what I'm saying?
He'll be over there, but I think
I
think Myles Garrett wants to play against Penei Sewell. I think that I think he's gonna.
I mean, I think he wants to. I just don't think Jim Schwartz wants to.
It kind of is what it is. I mean,
Jim Schwartz might line up against Penei Sewell.
Jim Schwartz is he a little nutty anyway, man. But let's get to these injury reports, man. All right, first up, definitely in the injury reports. Let's look at the Detroit Lions, man. Lions will be without 3 special team standouts for this game, man. They've ruled out Zach Cunningham with a hamstring, safety Daniel Thomas with a forearm injury, and running back who just came back and was back for one game, Sion Vaki with a groin injury. Aquadin Muhammad is questionable with a knee injury, and so is Taylor Decker with a shoulder injury. But both of those guys are expected to play. We all know what's going on with Taylor Decker. He's getting that Calvin Johnson, Frank Ragnow treatment where he's just kind of like he's there for walkthroughs, and then he plays on Sunday for the current time being. The Lions, even with Dan Campbell said it in his press conference the other day, he's like, he doesn't want that to be a long-term thing for Taylor Decker, but it kind of is what it is right now. You just kind of like let him walk through practice and kind of get his mental reps, and he plays on Sunday. What do you guys think about the Lions injury report?
Grant Stewart gonna have to step up. He does very well in coverage. He plays downhill, so he's gonna have to step up, man, for Zach Cunningham. And I just think that Aquadin, I know he's probably gonna play. He's our sack leader right now.
Mm-hmm.
With 3.5. So, I hope that man come in there doing this, man, just like, oh no, that was just a little injury report, but yeah, man, Sion Vaki, I think Jacob Saylors is gonna step in his place, man, and kind of, do that, little between, man. So we got it covered for now. Y'all just don't get too happy with the injury stuff.
Yeah. You look at it, you got two starters that are questionable. I'm looking at I'm not worried about that what's going on right now. I think Jacob Saylor would take that spot on special teams. I think you insert Netflix back in at RB3 because he was out last week. So healthy scratch, that was kind of weird for me last week seeing him as a healthy scratch. But I think it was kind of like to see get Baki his reps and then of course see what Saylors is going to do. I try to tell y'all, man, if Jacob Saylors would have been in camp early,
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right about that.
I think he would have. I think he would have took Netflix out the roster, man.
Maybe you're right about that.
But he's looking a little slow now preseason, man.
What do you look about the injury report, LL?
At least it ain't too extensive. It is what it is. At least it ain't too extensive.
Yeah, most of the guys that are ruled out are backup players. They're special teamers, but they're backup players, and we can get those. And shoot, we've been having some problem with our special teams anyway, so maybe that'll help.
and I like Coach Mike's point when I believe that was you had said that in the chat about maybe that's just his body responding to playing more. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he ain't necessarily hurt. It's just, his knee a little stiff because, that's what happened. He been playing, X amount more snaps and he been getting off some. Right. So,
yeah,
maybe it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, AQ gonna be all right. All right, let's check out what's going on with the Cleveland Browns and their injury report. All right, so the Browns will be without rotational defensive tackle Mike Hall Jr. with a knee injury, and offensive tackle and big free agent pickup this offseason tackle Jake Conklin is questionable with an elbow injury. That's it. That's all they got. They coming in this thing pretty healthy, but they've already put one of their starting offensive tackle went on the IR this week. So me can't mention that. So their offensive line is beat up. It just has been. Their offensive line is terrible. They can't run. They can't pass. But the rotational defensive tackle piece may be because you look at when Mason Graham goes out, man, who's going to backfill for that. So that's maybe a big issue for them. Who's going to be in for that run defense on their rotational piece for that defensive line. I think they run a 3-4, and those defensive tackles are going to be key into keeping those guys fresh because our offensive line are maulers. So, you're going to have to bring somebody in, man. Hey, man, with a tap of that helmet, man, who's going to be coming in? So what do you guys think about the Browns injury report?
Isn't Mike Hall Jr. from Ohio State?
I don't know.
I believe he's a Buckeye, and if he is, but you know what? Man, they coming in pretty healthy. So the offensive line being a little bit banged up means one thing. It means Hutch finna eat. So this might be that get right game. Like he building off of what he did last week, and we might see the Aiden Hutchinson we know return to full form. Because now that you got to respect Al-Qadim Muhammad on the other end, and you can't take him for granted, you know what I'm saying? I think Hutch might get 2.5 sacks on Sunday.
Yeah, and Mike Hall Jr. is from Ohio State. You're correct. All right, what you got there?
It's good. I don't like excuses. If that make any sense. Like what I keep hearing about Baltimore. Well, not. I take that back because when anybody saying that about Baltimore, a lot of people, but some people are saying, the obvious. Oh, this person was out, that person was out. So at least this time around, if there's gonna be anything, it won't be any of that. At least y'all pretty healthy. We pretty healthy. So let's get it on.
I mean, like we're missing people too. I mean, you're missing the Liam McNeil, and here's my thing. Right. Everybody misses somebody at this time.
Right.
Damn it, we don't want to hear that crap. Right. And at the end of the day, you gotta play who's in front of you, right? That is what it is. But
I looked it up and I forgot to mention that Cleveland under Jim Schwartz has switched from the 3-4 to the 4-3.
4-3. Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. They've been traditionally a 3-4 team, but since Jim Schwartz came in, he didn't switch it up to the 4-3. So
4-3. Yeah, he plays that wide 9. That's what you need, especially here in Detroit. So yeah, that was one thing that I like Jim Schwartz, man. He was just a little bit. What do you call that? He was a little bit undisciplined for me.
I like Jim Schwartz a lot.
I mean, I liked him. I can't say I didn't like him because I did, but he just a tad bit undisciplined.
I used to say if you could somehow mix him and Caldwell together, you would have had a great coach.
Man, a hell of a coach, man. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. Make sure you check out the Boss Up Ball Out merch shop, man. You can find a link to get yourself some Boss Up Ball Out gear in the description of this video. Or you can look at the ticker, man, and see what you can do to get that, man. It's on the homepage of our YouTube channel, man. And, of course, you can use that code. It's in the ticker, man, to get yourself 10% off a item when you spend $45, or of course, man, if you are a channel member, you get 15% off your total order when you get some merch from the shop. And you can look in the community tab for that coupon or link to the code. So make sure you check it out, man. And of course, the Boss Up Ball Out podcast is brought to you by who? W Energy Drink, packed with brain boosting amino acids and vitamins. Plus, important for you guy, Kurt Steele, no sugar added, man. Get you pumped up for your day with no crashes or jitters, man. And it's a great alternative to canned beverages or coffee. You know, Kirk Steele, you know, I love my coffee, you know. So if I need something else, sometimes I know I have to go ahead and get that that W Energy Drink. Man, cost you about $1 per serving, man. And of course, man, you can check it out. You can find a link in the description of this video. And of course, it's on the ticker as well, man. It's Boss Up Ball Out Pod. It gets you 10% off your order. Power your day with W. All right, time to get into the betting information for for Sunday's game. And I know y'all looking forward to this stuff, man, because, you know, some of y'all like to put a little scratch on the game, or some of y'all play some fantasy cash bets and stuff like that. So let's check it out, what we got going on, man. The Lions are 10.5 point home favorites. That's ridiculous. Man, that's like 11 points. The money line, that's where you're getting like 2 touchdowns. The money line is plus 400 for the Browns and a minus 600 for the Lions. That's crazy. That means if you bet on the Cleveland Browns, man, for a straight up bet, or you doing with the spread, you bet $100, you can win. Cleveland gets that victory, you get 400 of them things, man, with a total purse of 500. If you favor Detroit to win, you got to bet 600 to win 100. That's not really a good bet. You got to spend a lot of scratch just to get $100. I'm not making that bet, but hey, it is what it is. The over under for this game is 44.5. The money is even for the over, but you have to bet over 120 to win 100 if you bet the under. So they're betting for this game to be the over. Over is really kind of where you want to go, man. And I think the score will be over this week. So fellas, you know how I get down. I'd ask you guys, over or under on the score this week?
Where's it? 44.5?
44.5.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over.
Over? Okay, what you got, Coach?
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go under because I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna kick a lot of field goals tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a Jake Bates show tomorrow. I think we're gonna get down there, or we're gonna move the ball, but we're just gonna get, you know, it's gonna be a little hiccup here and there. So I think I'm gonna take the under.
I was gonna take the under, but now I'm taking the over.
You know what, Kurt?
And I'll tell you why in a minute when we go over strategy. All right, so here comes some fantasy bet props. Jahmyr Gibbs, favorite to score anytime touchdown. We can do that. All right. Over under for Jared Goff with a passing touchdown is 1.5. Figure says take the over, so we're looking at least 2 touchdowns. And over under for Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Sun Guy is the over under. Betting odds right now is 66.5 receiving yards, and they're telling you to take the over, and I agree with that 100% for that. All right, Coach, you are our fantasy kind of guy. You do the fantasy thing, man. You do the parlays. So what do you think about the fantasy information I put on the screen right now?
That's good, man. Like I said, I'm taking the under on the 44.5, but all that's good. I would take all of that. And just for I seen a comment on one of the videos the other day that says y'all said Jameson Williams is gonna be better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm like,
who in the hell said that?
Who in the hell said that? Now I said that maybe J-Mo might get more yards and Amara might get more touchdowns. I think that's what I said, but I don't recall saying that.
Nah,
You know,
we all know who the number one receiver on this team is. But sometimes we get, when you make a statement or you say something, sometimes you get misconstrued by someone's what do you call that? How do you say that? By their understanding of what you said. So sometimes it's a little bit different. Yeah, but yeah, we know what the bread is butter in Detroit, man. And we know that bread is butter with number 14. You know, but we ride with J-Mo too. You know what I'm saying?
We ride with all our weapons in the D.
Yeah, man. All right, so time for keys to victory. Oops, let me take that out. There we go. Keys to victory and score predictions. Keys to victory first. All right. So I'm gonna go my keys on offensive victory for first. On offense, man, Johnny Moe, and this is where the beef is that LL was talking about. Johnny Moe said that the Browns' number one run defense hasn't faced a duo like Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, which is true. I mean, it is. I mean, Detroit has the 4th ranked run offense coming into this game, off a 224-yard running performance against the Ravens. So run the ball. I agree with that 100%. However, you kind of mix it up too. And you run to set up one of the Godfather's best weapons, the play action pass. Cleveland will give up deep shots down the field. So I look for Mo and Sweet T to stretch that defense, man. And once they do, them safeties are back up. Here we go with St. Brown and Laporta's time to eat. The Lions are the number 2 scoring offense in the league, and they can find a way to beat you any type of way you want it. However you want them to play you, they'll play you. If you want it to be a slugfest, it'll be a slugfest. You want to be a shootout, it'll be a shootout. So I think the Lions put that thing down on offense this week. The Ravens put up 41 points against the Browns' vaulted defense in week 2. I don't see why we can't do the same thing. All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
What's the words of the kids nowadays? Whatever you want to do, we can do it. That's how I feel like, that's how I feel Detroit Lions is built, man. And you know what? It's gonna be on our guards, man, on the interior offensive line to build upon the success you've been having the past 2 weeks and carry that in. And yeah, this a home game, a friendly atmosphere. So yeah, man, I'm looking for those guards, man, and Graham Glasgow to have their 3rd performance in a row. So yeah.
All right, what you got, Arrow?
Yeah, good points there, Coach Mike. I'm gonna use a similar one, a familiar one, and that's win that turnover battle. Joe Flacco will turn that mug over, and all of the positive things that you hear about him.
Hold on, dog.
Hold on.
Okay,
I'm just, it's
okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to speak about how Joe Flacco will turn that mug over, but they talk about him, however many years ago that was when he had that playoff run. They talk about how good he played, but they don't talk about how many times he turned that mug over. So he will give us the ball. I feel like he'll give us more than one opportunity on that. I was just looking through the stats, and they are, at the bottom of the league in turnovers. They're losing the turnover battle on their side at -4. So of course, if we take care of the ball offensively, there you go, Kurt. We can take care of the ball, and of course, y'all homie don't feel like giving it away. We'll be just fine. We got to keep the ball and get some of them long drives, or get some of them sustained drives. Hopefully not. They don't have to be 95 plus again. A couple times this time, but even if it is, what I'm saying, keep it going, keep it moving. Win that turnover battle, keep the chains moving. Use some of the points that Kurt said, get it to to Sweet T, or use Sweet T and J-Mo to stretch them out. And then, dot them all over the place. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm here just to say that if the Godfather does throw any interceptions this game, I'm blaming it on LL. Because Jared Goff is 74 of 95 for 7 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Well, I said it last game too, so y'all's friend don't give it away.
So if he start throwing it to the other team, LL.
I said it last game too. He did not do it last game, so you gotta give me credit for last game if that's the case.
Jinx ass. All right, Kelvin Shepherd, man, on defense, man. I think it's pretty simple, man. You stop the run and put that much pressure on Joe Flacco as possible. Because what? We know that, like Ella just said, Joe Flacco would turn the ball over, man. The Browns have one of the weakest rushing offenses in the NFL. I think they rank like 30th, something like that. Or no, I think like 28th or something like that within the run. And their pass game is trash too. I think they're ranking like the bottom 10 of the league or something like that.
About the middle of the league. About the middle
for the passing game. Yeah, it ain't great.
No,
but in scoring offense, they're ranked 30th. So I think Shep crew, man, is to keep up their aggressive style, man. I think that second half of the Ravens game is what they need to do, carry that momentum over into the game. I know they don't have to play that spiral against the Browns because let me take you up screen. But it's they don't have to spy Joe Flacco. He ain't running nowhere. His 40 time and Goff's 40 time is neck and neck. So you ain't got to worry about them in a foot race. So yeah. Looking at that, I'm saying be aggressive and just stop that run on the way to Joe Flacco and man, put him on the ground as much as possible. So what do you guys think about the defensive keys to victory? What do you guys got?
Yeah, you said it. You go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. You said it. You said it right there. It's going to be a little bit different than every game we done played this year so far. What's his name? I think called Jacob Love. What's that man's name? Jordan Love. Jordan Love. Say Jacob. Jordan Love and Caleb Williams and Lamar Jackson, all our mobile quarterbacks. Joe Flacco has turned into a statue. He was younger. He could move around a bit. But now I think that's over with, and he like 49, so I don't think he want to run. And I use a phrase from my Uncle Jake, and if you do, you knock his foot loose. So if he get to trying to, shuck and jab, you send him to the upper room. But
no, man, we don't want to kill him.
I didn't mean it like that. In football terms.
Okay, you said the upper room.
send him to the football upper room. And for some strange reason, I keep thinking this is in Cleveland, and it ain't in Cleveland, but
it is in Detroit.
Yeah, that ain't down. It just for whatever reason that don't stick in my head. But yeah, no, keep pressure on him. He will turn that mug over. They don't necessarily run it as well. They had a decent game last game, but they haven't been. Well, that's when dude came back. So maybe I should hold my comments because they had a better game last game. But just do what we do well in this case. Stop that run, and you chop them in half, and then you chop that tree down.
Okay, I feel you. And Joe Flacco is second in the NFL in interceptions, and
I thought you was gonna say he is 49.
No, he's 40. He ain't 49 yet, but and of course, he been sacked 6 times already this season. So there you go. In the last 2 games, we haven't gave up a sack yet. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, what you got, Coach?
Get to Joe Flacco, right? You want to see something funny? Is their leading rusher is averaging about 50 yards a game. He got 155 yards in 3 games. So that's like 50.1 something.
Well, they starters out.
For that.
Yeah.
For that
Jerkins. Yeah.
He played 3 games. I thought he was suspended.
No, Junkins played 1 game.
Right. He said he got the.
Fannin Jr. is their leading receiver, 136 yards in 3 games. He's a tight end. That's not good. So get to Joe Flacco. That man's throwing 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Kirby, this is your game to shine, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But those Al Quadine and A. Hutchinson got to eat. They got to eat. I think they both can get 2 sacks.
Okay.
Joe Flacco he got 2 left feet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
What'd he do? What'd he do, Coach Mike?
When he be, we know how you be spinning around, man.
He can't turn his neck.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco gonna throw 3 picks in this game. It's all gonna be about getting the Flacco. All of it. So
I'm seeing ghosts.
and I think we're gonna see Dylan Gabriel step into this thing. I think Dylan Gabriel is gonna come in before the end of the game to relieve Flacco, and they're gonna be like, "No, Grandpa, you're gonna sit your old ass down because today ain't the day."
Okay. Yeah. Junkins played 2 games. 155.
I didn't know he played 2.
He averages 77 yards per game, 155 for those 2 games combined. So, but yeah, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things, get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself, man. Hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, man. It's free. It's free. And if you need more free, it's free 99 and 53 cents. All right, time for score predictions, man. All right, so since he's the only one taking the under, Coach Jones, you up first. What's your score prediction, brother?
I would say, man, the Lions score a lot of points at home too. So I would say 31-13. So that's right at 44, and that 44 and a half is where it's set at. So
he's taking right at the under 44.
40,
okay.
31-13 Detroit Lions.
Okay. All right. What you got, LL?
Well, and this is another perk being a channel member or to watching our channel. I just did some math to help me out in this instance because I wanted to see. And it's the same thing. It would happen with this Coach Mike is right at 44. I was going to say 27-17, but now I'm going to say 28-17. Just get it above
45.
It'll be 45. 28-17 Detroit Lions. Pick 6. Brian Branch.
Okay. I'm going to go 40-10 the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
The Baltimore Ravens put out 41. I think it was 41-10 was that score. And I think the Lions offense is better than the Ravens offense right now. So 41 to, I think it's what the score was. It was 41-17. So 41-10. 40-10 Detroit Lions. 40, let's say 41-10 Detroit Lions.
He's going to have them six shooters loaded. Pow, 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 pow. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yep.
Kurt.
Like I said, I look back at their passing charts. And the Browns will give up some deep shots. The Browns will give them up, and I think we can take advantage of that. I think 3 of those touchdowns that the Ravens had on the Browns defense were I think 20 plus yards. So we can do that. The only reason we didn't take more deep shots against Baltimore is because after that first drive, their safeties was standing on the goal line. Okay.
All right.
Back up. Enough of that shit. Back up. Because you look at what we did in Chicago, man, that J-Mo was eating.
Right.
You have 100 yards on 2 catches. They was like, we seen enough of this, what this dude can do. Back up. So that's what we got right here, man. Hey, if you haven't done so already, man, make sure you follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms, man. LL does a great job over on his Instagram, man. You know, it was Thursday on Thursday, so make sure you go check his stuff out. Coach Jones does a great job on this channel with his Beyond the Ropes boxing playlist, and some of his content is always great over there on Wolverine Sports Talk. I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms, so make sure you go and check that out, man. You know, sometimes, you get the behind the scenes, man, stuff, man, over there on our channels, on our social media platforms as well. So make sure you check that out. Okay, man. All right. Thank you guys for starting your Saturday. Man, this is a football weekend. Even though our Wolverines are not playing this week, man, it's a lot of good college football. It was a good college football on last night with Florida State, man. That was a really good game, losing in overtime to Virginia. A lot of great football on today. And then tomorrow, man, you got football for breakfast. We're starting football at 9 o'clock in the morning, man. International games with the Vikings and Steelers, man, running into our game. And then all the way to Sunday Night Football. So it's football all day around that thing tomorrow, man. So make sure you check it out, man, and have a great time with your football viewing this weekend, man. But it's time for parting shots, man. What do you got, LL, on this Saturday morning?
Have a great Saturday, and I think y'all know this, but it's a battle rap bar. Well, it wasn't a battle rap bar. I'm just gonna say that because Coach Mike don't want to battle me. But when I said that about the upper room, it's just because he old, and just send him to the sideline. I probably should have said, I ain't trying to, do that to nobody on the football field, but in the football sense, and if just put him in the headlock and poke him in the eyes too, because fuck Joe Flacco. But have a great Saturday. Shout out to the homies. I got a couch last night.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. What you got, Coach Jones, on this football Saturday?
In the famous words of Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. But I'm just playing. But you know what? I had to introduce y'all to my cat because, Ghost Cat be all over the place, man. So Pickles, you know what I'm saying? She down here going through some things. I think she might have seen a mouse or something because she's scrambling. Cause
she heard Geronimo's in the house.
Yeah. My cat she's the mouse torturer. Like if she finds a mouse, she'll put it in her mouth, she'll spit it out, and then she'll like do all of this, and then she'll let it run, and she'll go grab it and spit it out, and
that's what they do. That's what they do.
She will torture a mouse to death, and that's why we got her. Because I live in the hood, and sometimes
they be round them things. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah. So shout out to Pickles. But you know what? Detroit Lions, they finna handle their business, man. And they finna look good against a team that's not that good.
Shout out to Pickles.
Funny story. My daughter's cat is named Pickles.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. But it's a black cat.
Right.
Yep, named Pickles as well.
Tell both of y'all that Geronimo said hi. Like Miss Pearly.
I'm back.
What the hell? And Geronimo was probably really like that too.
I tried to sound like Miss Pearly, my bad.
Man, thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us right here on the Boss Up Fallout Podcast, your home for a Gat debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Man, if you're having a great Saturday, man, please spread that joy to someone, man. Take your family out. Have a good day, man. Watch some football in between, man, and get yourself ready for all that NFL action tomorrow morning, man. This is going to run all day. And, of course, man, a great day for me because I ain't got to cook tomorrow, so I can watch all the football. Man, hey, if you, like I say, spread that joy to someone else, man, because you never know when a small kind word can help someone's outlook on their day or actually their life. So make sure you spread that joy. If you're not having a good day, please don't steal no one else's joy. And like JG say, don't be hating. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to fall out and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.